is a consultancy agent which is established in 6 different countries. Our headquarters is located in UK, and 1 branch is in Kenya, Tanzania, Ethiopia, and Uganda, as well as Ukraine. So our network is still increasing, and we are trying to help the students directly, maybe from those countries. We are guiding the students to go to study abroad, especially UK. Our agent from the UK is ready to welcome them, and in case of any problems, they are also physically will be there to guide them and to help them. So our services, as you know, that the Cognita consultancy has different services. Those are, first of all, we give the consultancy about the study abroad. There are a lot of different alternatives to study abroad. Among those alternatives, sometimes the students, they confuse, and they don't know which alternative to choose. So in our one of the services in this aspect, to guide them to choose the best alternative. So, and according to their decision, to make their applications, to follow their admissions. And this is one. Also, for those who would like to pursue their education in high A-level courses, for example, to study in Canada online or physically, there is such kind of secondary school studies in Canada. We have that services, and exam preparations like SAT, ACT, IELTS, TOEFL, IMET, for the university preparation, for university admission preparations. We give the courses about those exams. And also, if you have a big dream about the future and you are still in the young ages, or you have got your friends or your siblings which is coming up, and for them we are making the good career planning at the age maybe year 10, year 11, year 12, for them to get ready for the university admissions. When they come to the last year, everything will be ready, because for the good universities, especially Ivy League universities, the successful universities, the top universities, not only academic excellence, but also extracurricular activities, the clubs or social activity participations, leadership skills, the others also are important. We are also giving the services about and guidance about this issue. And another issue is about this career preparation and the career test, which is MAP assessment test. MAP assessment test is one of the worldwide known and the very famous test, which is USA based. And according to this test, this test gives us the personality types and the skills, career skills. So according to your character, which type of job will be suitable for you, you find out this issue. And according to that particular job, if you said, it's okay for me to pursue my field in the university in that particular course, you can get prepared to take that particular lessons or the subjects in your A-level studies. That's why how early you are going to decide, that much better it is gonna be. Also, the Cognita consultancy helps the students to apply and pursue their international Olympiads, competitions, the contests, so that we help about those competitions, but also not only bachelor degrees or the master degree, PhD applications, we do help the students in those services. So our contact numbers, actually, let me talk about our network. We do have the agreements, more than hundreds of universities, from UK, USA, Canada, Australia, Poland, many different countries, Kyrgyzstan, South Korea, Turkey as well. And according to the students' wish and the demands, we can apply to universities in those countries. And our contact numbers, as we said, that we have 6 different branches, headquarters in UK, but Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda, and Ethiopia, which is the countries in the East Africa, so that you can get the contact numbers. So in case of any extra further help or the information, you don't hesitate to contact the representatives of our company. So I would like to take this opportunity to welcome Mr. Ølden. Mr. Ølden is a educational expert, which is living in Kazakhstan. He's going to give us the information about the studies in Kazakhstan, and especially medicine studies in Farabi University. Mr. Ølden, welcome. Mr. Ølden, do you hear me? Mr. Ølden? I think Mr. Ølden has not yet connected. So we would like to welcome Miss Yasmin. She's a student in Al-Farabi University studying medicine. We'd like to share her experiences and what is studying in Al-Farabi in Kazakhstan and studying medicine, how is it? Mr. Yasmin, welcome. Miss Yasmin?
Okay. Now, do you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You're welcome.
Hello, guys.
Now, we would like to hear from you about your experiences in Kazakhstan and Al-Farabi University.
Okay, I'm going to share my presentation now. So, do you see the presentation?
Yes, it's visible.
Okay. Okay. So studying medicine in Kazakhstan now. Those pictures are from Kazakhstan, like give you some opinion how the Kazakhstan looks like. And some advantages of studying medicine in Kazakhstan. There is no any entrance exam during your required during your admission procedure. Only English proficiency test, at least 5.5 from IELTS, and the degree is internationally recognized. And this is the lowest tuition fee for the medicine to study here, and provides a course with opportunity to develop practical skills. And so there's also some difficulties of studying medicine in Kazakhstan. The language, you need Kazakh language and Russian language to communicate with the local patients and other students also. And writing system is Cyrillic, so it's kind of difficult to study here. And there is Kazakhstan both have a governmental and the private owned medical universities. Those universities both have foreign and local students. I'm going to show you some of them. Those are the top medical universities. As Mr. Ahmed said, the Kazakh National University is the oldest one and the best one for medical university. And the Astana Medical University, 𝗫𝗃𝗃 State Medical University, Karaganda State Medical University, and Semey State Medical University. As you know that Kazakh National Medical University, it is in Almaty, and it's Almaty is the oldest capital city, like it's well-developed city in Kazakhstan. So according to scholarship, there is a governmental scholarship for only local students. There is no any given for foreign students. And if you find a private scholarships, it can be, but there is no governmental scholarship for foreign students. And for the tuition fees of medical faculties, it's generally vary between $3,000 to $6,000. And for Kazakh Russian Medical University, it's located in Almaty. It costs $4,000. And Kazakh National Medical University, it costs $5,700 per year. So you can see the tuition fees here, and that's all. And the study program, our medical system is somehow different than the world's normal level. Like, you need to study 5 years for bachelor degree to have a bachelor degree, and you're going to study for 2 years to have an internship. After that, you are going to work as a doctor. So at least you need to study for 7 years. And for master degree, to have a specialty, it differs from fields to fields. And also, about pocket money, Kazakhstan currency is tenge, Kazakh tenge. Like hostel dorm is $4 to $9. For meal, it's $3 to $6, and for transportation is $1 to $3. It still costs $10 to $20 change person to person, and that's all for now. Yes. If you have any questions.
Ms. Yasmin, actually,
Yes.
I would like to ask one question. Maybe since you are our guest right now, we can ask the direct questions to you.
Okay.
And since when you are, in which level you are studying, and since when you have been living in Kazakhstan?
I am living in Almaty for 10 years, and I'm now second year medical student in Kazakh National University. Yeah.
Actually, you have mentioned about the Cyrillic alphabet, but we know that most of the students from here, East Africa or in Africa, they go to China to study medicine.
Yeah.
Although the language of instruction in universities is in English, but still they have to attend the patients in the hospital, so they learn Chinese while they are studying. So in Kazakhstan, since you have been living there for 10 years, maybe you already know the Kazakh language, but for the new students, foreigners, how do they learn the Kazakh language or the Russian language, so that when the time comes to attend the patients at hospitals to solve this language barrier?
Actually, our practical skills, like going to the hospital, it starts from second year. For first year, you're going to have a Kazakh and Russian language courses during your study, so you can easily learn the language to communicate
so that
with
in
the
the first
patient.
year, in the studies, there are some Kazakh and the Russian language courses.
Yeah, of course. It's mandatory in Kazakhstan.
Okay, is it just the language here, or in addition to those subjects, there are some also subjects from the medicine?
You mean that the Russian conducted
is it a kind of prep year?
Yeah, it's preparing you to study medicine in Kazakhstan, like how to communicate with the patient, how to help the patient in Kazakh language and Russian language. It's kind of like that.
Well, no, what I mean is, together with these language courses, do you take the biology or anatomy or the other
Yeah,
subjects?
of course. The anatomy starts
It's
in
not
first year.
language. It is yani, yeah, first year.
Yeah, you're studying, learning anatomy, not biology, like microbiological sciences. You're going to have these courses for first year, and besides those fields, you're going to study Kazakh and Russian language.
Oh, okay, I see. So how about the accommodation? Actually, maybe your family is there. I don't know.
Yeah.
But where does foreign students they stay in the 𝗙𝗵𝗶𝗆 University?
Actually, they need to stay at dormitory. But if they want, they can go to. They can have a private flat. They can.
How much it costs for a student to rent a flat?
How much it costs? It's changed like $500 to $700 per month.
A month?
Yeah, it
Just
changed. Yeah.
Okay. So the dormitories, it costs how much for the students?
It costs for a month. It costs $100, I guess. I'm not studying in dormitory. I don't know the real number, but I think so.
Okay, when you look at the general living expenses in Kazakhstan, is it a expensive city, especially Almaty?
Actually, according to like other cities in the world, like it is very cheap. Like Kazakhstan is a very cheap city, cheap country. But Almaty is the more expensive than other cities in Kazakhstan.
Mm-hmm. Since it's well developed and maybe population is higher.
Yeah.
Okay, in terms of security, what do you say about the security as a lady? Maybe there are some girls studying here in Tanzania, Kenya, Uganda would like to come to Kazakhstan. In terms of security, what would you like to say?
Actually, I'm also foreign here, but I think they shouldn't be worried about the security because I think it's secure, like the country as well, and it's like the country is very big, and the city also, the Almaty is very big and very populated city. But I haven't been any difficulty with the security. They shouldn't be worried about it, I think.
Out of 10 years, you didn't have any security problem?
Yeah, I didn't have.
Okay, that's something. Okay, thank you very much for your time and for your presentation.
Okay, have a good day.
We'd like to also connect to Mr. Yerden if he is among us right now, or we'll proceed with some other students. Mr. Yerden is around? Oh, Miss Halime, do you hear me? Miss Halime is a Tanzanian student, Kenyan student. She is studying in the 𝗙𝗵𝗆 University Medicine Faculty. If she is available, Miss Halime, welcome, please.
When did I go to 𝗙𝗵𝗆?
Miss Halime.
There's no Halima, where it's me.
Halina.
Huh?
Hello. Lina,
Bro,
would you like to share your experience in 𝗙𝗏𝗀𝗃 University with us? Hello, do you hear me? Maybe there is a connection problem. I don't know. Miss Halima and Miss Suhaila, there are two sisters from Kenya studying in Kazakhstan. So we'd like to welcome them. Hello. I think we are experiencing a connection problem for the time being. Dear students and the parents, as you know that medicine is one of the fields which is most popular all over the world. So not only Tanzanian, Kenyan, Ugandan, Ethiopian students, but also the other country students also would like to become the doctors. So they choose the best institutions for their choices. Sometimes being foreigner for an institution is a credit. So they do give some positive approach to the applications abroad. Like what? Like Kazakhstan is a country which has really much developed in the last 10-20 years. As you know that it is rich about the oil, so their main income is because of the oil, and so they are making this investment in the infrastructure in terms of developing the cities and making the new educational institutions. If you check the history of the 𝗙𝗏𝗀𝗃 Kazakh National University, you are going to see that a great improvement in the world QS system of the ranking of the universities. It has risen up to the 208th position. So we are talking about such a university right now. So you will see that maybe many different countries, maybe like China, maybe Malaysia, when you check their QS rankings, university ranking in the worldwide, you will see very few universities. Maybe you won't see any universities which is in that top ranking. So Mr. Yarden is with us from the NOAA Education. So Mr. Yarden, welcome.
Welcome, thank you.
okay.
Welcome.
I'm sorry, I think we are going to welcome the Miss Halime, so then we'll proceed with you, Mr. Yarden.
Okay, okay.
Okay, thank you very much. Halima, welcome.
Thank you so much.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Okay, there are many students who are willing to study medicine abroad, and they are looking for the chances. So you have an experience of living in Kazakhstan for almost 1 year right now, and in Kazakh National University, 𝗙𝗏𝗀𝗃 University Medicine. What would you like to say to your peers, your friends from Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda?
As a medical student first year, not really 1 year exactly. This is actually like 8 months or 7 months I'm here. So I can't say that I'm really experienced to be here, but I can state some few things which can actually help them. So apart from all the things that Yasmin said, I would like to add a few things. She almost talked about everything. So she's talked about the first expression of Kazakhstan. She talked about the accommodation. She talked about the security and the scholarship. So maybe I'll add about the admission steps. And
Yes.
I'll add about the admission steps and some other things which maybe they can ask. So for you to be admitted in Kazakhstan, you must have your passport. If you're a
Yes.
Kenyan, you must have the new passport.
Mm-hmm.
Most probably, yes. If Tanzanian, most probably, if you must have the new passport as well. You need to have your certificates. That's high school certificates.
Mm-hmm.
If you are 844 certificates, and in case you're British, you need to have your certificates for A levels. And also you need to have, the other thing you need to have is, you need passport size photos, 6 of them.
Mm-hmm.
You need to have your, you need also to have your living certificate, which is also given by the school.
Okay. Apart from those requirements about the documents, how did you apply and to the university? Are you the one who applied personally?
No, not really.
And
I had some help
who
with
applied
Mr.
on behalf of you?
On my behalf, Mr. 𝗂𝗃𝗍𝗃 helped me with the progress.
Mr. Bedi from, yeah, Cognita, right? From Kenya.
Yes, yes. So he's
So
the
what
one
is
who
the
brought.
advantage of working with a company?
Pardon, what's the advantage of?
Working with a company instead of making your own application on yourself.
It's much easier when you're working with the company.
In
The
terms of?
progress is, in terms of admission, it's be easy. In terms of the visa, it will be easy.
And they also help you about the visa procedures, right?
Yes, they also help with the visa and everything. So you just have to bring all the documents stated for you to have.
Okay. When you reached the Kazakhstan first time, what is your first experience in Kazakhstan?
My first experience, as I'm from Kenya, it's really hot, so it's very cold.
the weather, right?
Yes, the weather is really cold.
And I have seen from the chat, and someone is asking about the racism. Have you had any experience of racism or any discrimination or anything like that?
Personally, no.
No?
No.
Okay. Okay. Anything else? The studies, how is the studies, by the way? I think you also studying Kazakh language and the Russian language, maybe?
Actually, I didn't do Kazakh language yet. I'm doing the Russian language this semester. So this is the second semester. The first semester, we didn't do any language. We did medical subjects and other curricular activities. So apart from medical subjects, there are some other subjects that the university that's required you to do them. And it's
Such as?
mandatory for you to do. You have to do the history of Kazakhstan, for example.
Yeah.
And the second year, you have to do some other subjects like sociology. Sorry, the second semester, you have to do like sociology, psychology. Apart from doing anatomy and biochemistry and histology, you're supposed to do those other subjects, and is mandatory for the school.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else which you would like to add?
Anything else I would like to add? Not really.
Somebody is asking about which language you use in the normal life. Is it difficult to communicate with the local people in English?
Yes, it's difficult.
But its difficulty is for everyone, isn't it? For those who are going to
Yes,
Russia,
it's for
for
everyone.
those who are going to China to study, to communicate with the local people, most of the time you have to learn their language.
Yes, you have to learn. So it will take time for you to know the language. As you are a foreign student, that's a must.
Yeah, it's not only for Kazakhstan.
Yes.
Okay. How about your sister Suhaila is there? Maybe
Yes, she's here.
she has got maybe to add some other things.
Yes, she would like to add some few things.
So okay, now we can welcome her.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Suhaila?
Hello.
Hello? Suhaila? I can see you, I can hear you. Halima, maybe you can share your device with the Suhaila if she is there. Hello? Okay then, so I think we don't have a connection with the Suhaila. Mr. Yardan, welcome.
Hello.
We were waiting for you.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. Thank you for this chance to communicate with you, share some experience, knowledge with you guys. Thank you.
Okay,
So
Mr. Yardan, can you start with introducing yourself and we
yes,
are waiting for your presentation.
If you can allow me to share my desktop, so I would like to show some slideshow. Is it possible to share? Now I think you can see my desktop. So I am going through some slides.
We can see it, Mr. Yardan.
Yeah, okay. Our company name is Nova Education. We do recruit students from high school to universities. We do recruit students from Kazakhstan to abroad, other countries. Also, we do recruit students from other countries to Kazakhstan. That's our main job. We have some branch offices in Kazakhstan, Germany, Poland, and also we have our representatives in 15 different countries. Those are people who will take care of our students when they study abroad. So, especially for your countries, maybe we can provide some services during the application, and after you arrive to Kazakhstan, we can pick you up from the airport and do some process with you, maybe some legal documentation process, some registration. Maybe we can find you temporary accommodation. After, we can offer you some hostels or different accommodations, flats after you choose. Also, we help them to organize these all things. Also, during the year, if you need some problems, you need some helps, we are here in Almaty, in other cities, we always try to help you. That's our main job. Mr. Veli, when he came last time, we had a very good meeting here, very good time. We spent together, we visited some universities for you. So most of the students looking for medicine, also you can go for others also, like technical universities or different universities, maybe computer science, even economy. We have variety choices of universities. Most of them are located in Almaty. Also, it's possible to study in Astana also. So, okay, I will take time, just I go through my websites, because Mr. Veli asked some questions before the session and I have prepared myself. So Kazakhstan is a home about 120 different ethnic groups and nationalities are living here. So we don't have any problems with different kind of people from different type of world. You know that we have been during the Soviet Union, part of the Soviet Union. So here we have already a lot of Russian people and Korean people, Chinese people. Also we have different European peoples, even Greece. So people are already get used to see different types of people. So we have a lot of students from India and Pakistan here studying, especially for medicine. Kazakhstan is like very territory. The country is very large, very big country. It's number 9 in the world. It's located in Central Asia, border with China, Russia, and other countries like Uzbekistan, Tajikistan. The longest border is with Russia. So if you come to Kazakhstan, first you have to learn Kazakh and the Russian language. So after you graduate, you may have like a possibility to speak at least 4 languages. It's your own language, English, and Kazakh and Russian language. You have to learn fluently, so it is like a chance. So there are some universities, they offer in English some variety choices for study. The first is 𝗦𝘃𝗃𝗵𝗏 University, you can see in this photo. It's located in Astana. It's become a Nur-Sultan city. It's a capital of Kazakhstan. It's a very cold place, a very cold city. I have lived in Astana for 10 years. I know it can be up to -40, -30 degrees in the winter time. But other universities are located in Almaty. You can see the KazGU, it's a national university, Kazakh National University, that your sisters are studying there. And beside the Kazakh National University, you can see the other universities. They are most of them private universities, like Süleyman Demirel University, Kazakh British Technical University, 𝗂𝗵𝗄, and 𝗏. 𝗏 are especially very strong in economy. People who graduate from the 𝗂𝗵𝗄 and 𝗏, they find a job easily in the worldwide companies. Most of them are working for accounting. Kazakh British University is very good for technical, for engineering, for marine studies. Süleyman Demirel University is very good for studying IT, computer science, and economy. Also, we have very different choices for medical universities. One of them you can study in the Kazakh National universities, but there is also other universities just for medical. It's a medical institute, we call them. They study only medical. They are very historical universities, some of them very new. There are different choices for you. They can be in Almaty, in other cities also in Kazakhstan. That's a brief description of universities. So let me go through for admission steps, how it is gonna do. You have to collect the required documents with Mr. Veli or Mr. Ahmed, whether you locate. It is the passport, certificates, and photos, and they will give the detailed list of the documents. After they gonna send to us, and we will pass them to the universities, because some universities, they may not accept the online submission. So it's easily for us to go them and look through and go inside the university and just put on the table that your documents. So it will be very safe and very short way. After you get your offer, we prepare the offer and send it back to Mr. Veli or Cognita. After you get your offer, you are going to prepare some travel documents like flight tickets and visa requirements for Kazakhstan. Also, during the visa requirement, we're gonna help you to provide some documents, take them from the university and pass back to Cognita. So we are like a bridge, so between the Cognita and the university, because we are located here. We can speak fluent this language and we can understand what they want. And we always we communicate with you and the university. That's our main job, to be a bridge to support both sides, because sometimes university never understand what type of documents are sending them from other countries. So we try to explain them. That is a certificate of a high school, that's a photo, that's a passport, because they have very different countries. So they sometimes may confuse. So we're gonna help them for university. Other side, help to the Cognita to organize these all things here. After, we also have a welcome service. Later I will explain what is a welcome service, what is included in this service. So accommodation, most of the students will choose accommodation private one, because the public accommodations, the university accommodations, sometimes very occupied, crowded, so maybe you don't like them. But if you want, you can go there. Also, there are a lot of choices for accommodation, like a flat. Sometimes we rent a flat and then put some students together from one countries. Also, there is like a private dormitories. In one room, there are 2, 3 beds, 4 beds, and you're gonna share. It is more economic, more cheaper when you share the room. So most of the dormitory, you just have a breakfast. After, during the daytime, you have your lunch in the university campus. After evening time, you can have outside or inside the dormitory, your evening dinner. So let's talk about culture of food. In Almaty, in Kazakhstan, you can find very, very different types of food, because we are already mixed with European, Asian, and all cultural together. You can find a lot of fast food like McDonald's, KFC, and other local fast foods, burgers, hamburgers. You can find a lot of Asian cultures like Chinese restaurants, Japanese, and Korean restaurants, noodles, different. Also, a lot of European restaurants. There are like Italian, French, also Russian. The local, we have a lot of Turkish cuisine is very popular here. You can find a lot of kebabs and rice, different things. Pizza, a lot of pizza delivery services are here. Worldwide services, also local pizza. A lot of one pizza gonna cost around maybe $8. So I will also mention about the prices. Also, a lot of noodles you can find here. Food is very delicious, I think, because I travel a lot around the world, but the Central Asian food is really very delicious. So no problem with the types of food. A lot of also Indian, Asian foods, I think no problem. About pocket money, it depends how you spend the money. Our currency name is 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃. Nowadays, the currency exchange rate is for $1, it's around 430 Kazakhstan tenge. So if you go to outside, inside the campus for the dinner or lunch, you're gonna spend around 1,500 or 2,000 tenge. It is like $5, maybe $4. If you go to cinema, mostly it will be like 1,500 tenge. It is like $3 maybe. So if you are university students, there are special discount, like up to 50% discount in the cinema. Most of the cinema are in Russian, in Kazakh language, but you can also find some English cinema. Public transport is very cheap. It is like 120 tenge. There is a special card. You have to buy the card and you top up. You put the money inside the card. After, you can use it. So you don't have to worry about losing your money and have changes, small money. You just use your plastic card you use. So about internet, 220 GB data internet is like 2,500. It's Wi-Fi and 4G internet is very fast and very cheap. Depend. when you compare with European and the other American countries, it's really very cheap. SIM card is like a 200 tenge, it's nothing, it's almost for free, you can get it. Also, technology is very developed because of we are neighbor with China. A lot of different smartphones and iPhones, they are almost like very cheap, and depends on the European countries. People come to the Kazakhstan to buy some electronic stuff. Flight tickets, now because of this coronavirus, we don't know exact the prices for the tickets because there is no flight nowadays. But it depends from which country you are traveling to Kazakhstan. Most of the people, they fly through Dubai and or maybe through Istanbul. There are two types. You have to make one or two changes flight connection. It will cost you around 1000 USD, I think, one way if you are traveling from the Africa. Maybe cheaper. I just, it's a approximate price. There is a choices. And is it secure in Kazakhstan, in Almaty? I would say yes, it is very secure. Outside, a lot of like police stations over there, and I have checked it in the internet from the foreigners, from tourists. They say that Almaty is extremely safe city, and they say that they would like to say visiting Almaty is probably safer than the visiting many cities in United States. Crime rates are much lower than the average. So I also want to mention that we have very, very different types of people, ethnically people living in Almaty. So nobody's gonna like stare at you, wow, you are like from Africa or from America. People already get used to see different types of people. And maybe some people, even they want to communicate with you to improve their English. So they are learning English, and if they say foreigner, they gonna say hello, hello, and then to try to help, try to communicate with them in English. A lot of people are very friendly because I have a lot of visitors from around the world, and we always ask them, is it friendly? People always say that very friendly. But there are some always places in the city, some of the places you shouldn't visit them because there is not more safe places. But if you are visiting a university, some shopping malls, and you're near your house, it's very safe, no problem. You can use a taxi, a cab. It's very famous to use smartphones for taxi service. You just want to put the address on the smartphone, and it will show how much it is cost, after how many minutes taxi will come, what type of car, and it's very safe to transport. Also, public transport is also safe, no problem. Tuition and costs. I have checked some universities. Average tuition for bachelor degree is around 3,700 USD. Visa maybe will cost you around 250 USD. There is a medical test, different medical tests you have to get. It will cost you around 50 USD. And some documentation you have to translate to Russian and Kazakh language and notarize them. It will cost you around 550 USD. And then accommodation, the types depends. It depends. If you are going to stay alone with one flat, it will be very high price. But if you share the room with your friends, it will be much more cheaper. So I think that's all. Yeah. I want to mention about the welcome service. What we're gonna do if you come to Kazakhstan to study. I mentioned before that we will help you to the application process and the visa process, even flight ticket booking, which is the best airline, how to fly very quickly and safe and cheap. After welcome service provide here in Almaty. If you visit if you arrive to Almaty in the airport, we're gonna pick up from the airport and provide a local SIM, and you just put on the SIM and you start conversation with your phone via WhatsApp, maybe some other via internet. After we'll take you to the lunch or dinner and provide the food for one time for you. And during the lunch or dinner, we will explain how is everything going on, how you have to use the taxi and the buses. After we will provide you accommodation, temporary, maybe for 1 week. After you have to choose for 1 year or for 1 semester a suitable accommodation for you. After you'll move to the accommodation, we'll help you with the moving process. After we'll show you the university, how to get the university by bus or by train, by metro or the taxi, maybe walking distance. After we'll visit you with a legal process, because you have to register yourself here, maybe have some medical insurance tests and something like this. So for first time, we are here like your brother, like your mother, like your father, like your teacher, to help you to organize everything. After you have any problem, just call us and we help you to do all these things. That's all I want to share with you guys. I think I'm finished. If you have any questions, Mr. Ahmed, Mr. Veli, please welcome.
Thank you very much, Mr. Yarden, for your nice presentation. If you stay with us, we are going to invite another student, Suhaila from Kenya. So as a Kenyan student, she may share her experience with his peers, so that after that we are going to receive the questions. So that time we'll need you again. Thank you.
Thank you.
Suhaila, are you around?
Yes, hello.
Yes. Thank you very much. Welcome.
I'm sorry I can't see a video. The connection is a bit bad.
Yeah, okay then. Will you share your camera with us?
Camera, it's the Wi-Fi today is very low here.
She says that the communication problem, so better with just a voice.
Okay then. So we would like to listen you as a Kenyan student who is studying in Kazakhstan, and especially Al-Farabi University Medicine Faculty, what you would like to share with us.
Okay, as it's stated that Kazakhstan is one of the 200. It's true, it's one of the 200, but it's not 200 in medicine. Medicine is a very new faculty, only 1 year old.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I was saying that the medical faculty is not an old faculty. It's a very new faculty of only 1 year old, or 1 to 2 years old, as I have known. And it's for me, it's has not been the best experience for me, because first of all, there's a lack of books here. There's very lack of books. So as a medical student, it's very, very hard to study. And if you want to study, they send you PPT or PDF, you study through the laptop or phone. But of books, at the moment, they lack books. Personally, that way of teaching is not, I don't recommend it for medical students.
Yes, Suhaila?
Yes.
Your voice is going and coming, and so we can't hear you properly.
Pardon. I was talking about the teaching in Al-Farabi. I was saying that they lack books. And for me, this experience has not been the worst, but it's also not been the best. Because as a medical student, to learn, you need books, hard copy books. But here, since it's a new faculty, they lack the hard copy books, and then we study through laptops or phones. So I would advise the students or the parents that are here this experience for them is not an easy. It will not be an easy experience. If you are willing to come, you will face hardships, because personally I have faced many. And the second is the language barrier. It's extremely difficult to have communication for the first few months, unless you are willing to personally teach yourself either a Kazakh language or Russian language. And the ordering of taxi, you have to order taxi through Russian or Kazakh language. To buy groceries, to go to supermarket, to go to shopping mall, any daily activities, you will have to know the language, whether it's Russian or Kazakh, because no one here knows how to speak English except for a very few population. So for the first few months, if you're not willing to teach yourself Russian, or you're willing to teach yourself Kazakh language, it is going to be extremely difficult for you. And many students will want to go back to their home country where you can have a conversation with everybody. But here you will lack that. You will not have conversation with anyone here for the first many months. So it's very difficult. And on living accommodation also, the best is to live either in dorm or in apartment if you want to share. The accommodation is not as difficult, but the rest of other stuff, it's extremely difficult. So you must be very well prepared if you want to come here. The weather is not friendly as the weather of Kenya or Tanzania. It's not hot unless it's summer. It's cold. It's very, very cold here. So to the parents, to the fellow students, I would advise you to please think very carefully if you want to come here. And the locals here are very friendly. People will help you. You can ask help through Google Translation. You will be helped honestly. It's very friendly here. But the two main difficulties, the communication and the newly developed, and the Al-Farabi is not so much developed in the medical faculty, because it's a very new faculty. Those are the two main problems. And also the food, as it's been said, the food is okay. If whoever prefers fast food can have fast food. Whoever prefers home cooked can have a home cooked meal. And dormitories, they are provided meals. Any questions?
Yes, Suhaila. Actually, you know that for a student who would like to study abroad, unless otherwise the main language or the official language of that country is in English, like UK, America, Canada, to face with the difficulties with the local language is a problem. That's everybody should accept it. I have been in Turkey for 5 years and helping the students to get the universities in Turkey. Still in Turkey, very, very little people, very few people, they know how to speak English. So, but the good thing is, if the people, they are friendly and eager to help you, even though they don't know your language, and that's a good thing for a country. On the other hand, I know some students going to China, I know some students going to Russia, even Cuba, and I know after for 5 years, while they are coming back here, those Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda, they know several languages. This is an advantage for them. We used to have a doctor here who is working in our school. He used to speak Russian because he studied medicine in Russia. So that's true, as you said, that those who would like to study abroad, especially in a country where the English is not a official language, they have to ready for that challenge of language barrier, especially for the first year, isn't it?
Yes, you have to be very prepared for the hardship.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you. Thank you very much for your time. I wish you all the best in your studies.
Thank you.
Yes, dear guests, dear parents, students, We have some questions from the participants. Mr. Yerden, if you are available,
Okay.
maybe
no
you can
problem.
help us with those questions.
Okay, I will try to explain.
What are the requirements for the students without WAEC, West African Education, I think, Exam Council?
Yeah,
I think
the GPA
the local.
grades should be the.
Sorry.
GPA should be the like in the percentage more than 60%. Let's say in a percentage, because I don't know the marking system in the
WAEC
Africa.
system, yeah.
Yes, so in the percentage more than 60, there should be the grades should be good enough.
Yeah.
And the scholarship.
60%. When you convert the system into the 100 system, so that it should be 60 and above, right?
Yes. And get the scholarship.
So,
yes, they can get some scholarship if you are really good. Let's say if they have a portfolio, and then they are like a participant of different subject Olympiads. Maybe they are very good at different kind of sports. So if all documentations are provided, if they send us, we are trying to push them for the scholarship, especially for the private universities. They are looking for those kind of students who are very good academically achievements. Maybe they are very good at sport, maybe some projects they already have. Maybe they are very good at some certain exams like SAT, more than 1,500, something like this. So if they are extra activity a lot, so the portfolio is very good, and also maybe they have some recommendation letters from the teachers, and maybe they have a very good essay writing motivation letters. So if they are all together, we're gonna push them for the scholarship. Sometimes they make it up to 50% discount for the tuition fee. And after they come here, if they are very good during the university life, some university, they can also provide some scholarships. That's all.
There's another question: is whether the curriculum is in English or not?
It depends on the universities. If there is a private universities, totally everything is in English. But it's like a Kazakh National University normally. Private, it's a public university. But some subjects are just in English, so some faculty in English. But totally they will be in Russian and Kazakh language. But Nazarbayev University in Astana, it's much more colder than Almaty, located in Astana. Everything is in English, because all the teachers, all the professors are from around the world. Everything is just in English.
Especially for 𝗏𝗏 medicine faculty, do they give the English medium education?
I think they will try, but they are very new. So again, they have to learn also Russian.
So that's unavoidable, but the medium of instruction in the class.
Yeah, it's written in English.
In English,
some teachers, right? Yes, from the other world, but to learn better, it's better to know more languages. I have friends in the past. They came to study medicine here from Pakistan, from other countries. Now they are doctors here. They better speak Russian than me, so they already get used here. It's the first time. It's in the beginning. It's very hard. But if you want to go further and learn more things, become more flexible, more skills, you have to go through this phase, that very hard time period. After you get used, everything is easy.
Another question is about the scholarship for medicine for foreigners.
For foreigners, I don't think they will have a scholarship because the price is already very cheap. If you can see the price for the medicine in Europe, It's minimum starts from the 10,000 euro. It's Western Europe, but if America and the other UK, it's a lot of, it's very, very expensive. But when you compare with those, it's really cheap. So I think they will not provide any scholarship for medicine.
Yeah, most of the countries actually they don't provide the scholarship for medicine students.
Yes.
Yeah, it's quite normal. Does the university internationally recognize desired in the Middle East, America, and Europe? Yani the degrees which is given by that universities is recognizable? Are they accredited?
Yes, they are. It depends what you study. If you are studying in a private university, they are world recognized. It depends. When you come back to, let's say, Africa, maybe they are mentioning here, they are trying to study further for masters, for PhD, maybe, because Middle East. After the bachelor finish here, you can easily apply for the other countries for the master's degree. No problem, it's already recognized. Because we have a lot of students going abroad from Kazakhstan for master's degree. They finish the bachelor and they go for master's degree to other countries.
So they are accepted by the universities, their degrees, right?
Yes.
Okay, so then there's no problem with the accreditation. What are the conditions for admission to study in the field of dentistry? Do you have any information about the dentistry, Mr.
Yeah,
Yerden?
it's like the most expensive field in medicine, dentistry. It's basically same. You have to very good to be at biology, chemistry, but dentistry is like everything comes with a practice. You have to practice. The theoretical part is very good, but it's not enough. I have a friend, he has a dentistry clinic, already very experienced guy. And also I have my relative who wants to be a dentist, and I did a lot of research on that. And they always say that you have to practice after you learn, because it's like a hand making job. You have to work with your hands. It's not about knowledge. With knowledge, maybe up to 20 or 30% of all skills. But other, you have to be practicing a lot, and after you learn a lot. But dentistry is very common and very famous, because dentistry people, they get always very good salary. So basically the requirements are same for medicine and the dentistry, but they study a little bit shorter. Yes.
Okay, what about the grades? Do they check them?
Yes, I already mentioned this question.
Yeah. Are there any age limits of application?
It's if you are going to study for the bachelor degree, it starts from the 16 or 17 up to 20, 22 maybe. If you are 24 and never studied before, it is suspicious, because university may accept you after when you come to the visa. So people will think you are not going to study, maybe you'll coming just take a visa and make some business here. So visa regulations will not, I think, accept you. So average is 17 to 22 is good.
Okay. How can I apply for admission? What are the needs? So for this information, Mr. Whaley from Kenya, Cognita, you can connect the Cognita for the detailed information. And we are the one who can follow up your procedures actually. Is there an admission deadline for the admissions, Mr. Yerden?
Yeah, deadline is better to early study, because it will take time. Let's start from the September 1 is that time when you start education. So if you take 1 month, it will be August 1 to have a visa and the flight details. So another 1 month, it is like July 1, you should better to submit all documents. So you have another 2 months to organize your offer and the visa. So it's better to apply before July.
Yeah, and by the end of June,
Yes.
Everything should be submitted for application, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, is university free in Kazakhstan? I think we have already answered this question.
It's for local, for citizens. It's not free. There is a competition. It's like a exam, national exam. If you pass this exam very good grade, you have to be accepted for the free education. It means the university already required money, but the government gonna pay for you in Kazakhstan. But if you are not good with this exam, you have to pay your own self.
So only the citizens are eligible for that if they can perform well in the exams.
Yeah, because there are some other countries, they have like in between two governments some agreements, like Pakistan, they are helping from Afghanistan people. There are limit of people. Our government let them to study for free. It is on the government. But I have never seen from any African countries, maybe in the future. About the education is in English. I already mentioned that some universities totally in English, some of them just partly in English.
Before arriving the country, the advice. Maybe I can make some comments about this issue. What I know about Kazakhstan, actually after applying to the university, if the university accepts you, they send the documents to the immigration office, right? For getting the visa for you. Yani, your visa procedure starts in Kazakhstan after you apply to the university. So the university, if the university accepts you, they send your documents to the immigration office in Kazakhstan. Immigration office is going to evaluate your applications. And then if they are going to issue the visa, just you need to go to the embassy, which is the nearby embassy. For Kenya, it is Ethiopia. There is a Kazakhstan embassy. For Uganda, it's also Ethiopia. But for Tanzania, it's South Africa in Johannesburg. There's a Kazakhstan embassy. So you just need to go there. Your visa will be there ready. You will not wait for the visa to be issued. Just it will be sticked on your passport and you can travel to Kazakhstan. This is how the visa procedures are. Before arriving in the country, also we will help you what you should prepare. Definitely the winter clothes you must prepare.
No problem. If they arrive during the summer in the August, it's extremely hot here.
Summer,
it's
right?
25-30 degrees, and then they can buy different clothes here. No, it's no need to buy. I don't think that they can find some clothes suitable there. A lot of shops, shopping malls, and the bazaar, different range of prices available here. If they come group of people, as I told, we can make a service for the group of people to buy them clothes and the food and everything, because we are here to help them. Before they apply, before they come to our country, they have to communicate with Cognita. They have to communicate with us, and we will have a conversation. We will help them to prepare themselves.
Thank you. GPA, I think we have mentioned about this issue. It should be 60% and above.
Yeah, I think it's also, it depends. Maybe the 15th question about university life. When they study in the university, also there is a criteria for GPA. If you go below those, you have to take this course again. You have to sit the exam again. If you are not studying, the university gonna cancel your visa and everything and just send it back. There is also those kind of issues.
What is that GPA? Mr.
If
Yarden?
they fail more than 2 or 3 exams in the one semester, they will be very problem. They let them take the course again during the summer. If they fail again, they have to pay extra money. So if they don't take all these subjects again, it will be very problem for them.
And that's a quite normal thing for all the universities, actually. When does admission start due to COVID-19?
Nobody knows this answer. We hope that September 1. because our schools now, everything is online, high school, university life. And nowadays in Almaty, it's allowed to go outside. You can go to other small shops are open, and the small, let's say the education companies are open to provide some extra courses, but not a school, not a university. Clinics are open. So nowadays, everything is going slowly for the normal life. We hope that end of the May, everything is gonna finish. So hopefully in September 1, everything will be open, but we never know. In the March, in the February, I never believed that everything will be closed down. So I traveled to Europe in the February. I didn't know anything about it. We didn't expect, except nowadays it's everything closed. So we don't know never. But I hope in September 1, everything will be finished.
I hope so. But still, making the applications is good instead of just sitting and waiting, isn't it?
Sure, sure.
If the gates will be open, if the doors and the borders will be open, and you must have your acceptance already, so that you can proceed with the visa procedures only.
Yes, maybe even they can go for the online service education, because most of the university, they will, if there is a problem again, they're gonna just start the whole education online. After maybe the January, you come just in January. So there is another choice. Most of the university, they provide the education online already. There is a working permit for the international students. I don't think so. Even especially the first year, you shouldn't work, because you have to focus on study. Maybe you will just like work for the volunteering to communicate more, to learn more language. That's the main reason, maybe. But our local students, they always work.
The accommodation fee.
Accommodation fee, I mentioned it already. Dormitories, maybe 100.
That's
200.
1,000 is monthly or yearly, they say.
1,000 yearly. I mean, I mentioned it that 200 per month. It's approximately, maybe less, maybe more. So it means 200
average.
Yes, 2,000. 2,000,
okay.
Let's say for
200 per month, 2,000 per year.
Yes,
can be
yes,
reasonable. Yes. Completed AS level year 12. Can you join immediately, or you will have to do some sort of bridging?
No bridging.
No bridging, no foundation over there.
Year 1.
Year 1. Which subject should a student take in secondary school to study medicine, dentistry?
Biology, chemistry.
Mathematics, is it compulsory?
Maths is always compulsory, because we are from the Soviet Union. Maths is always there.
Yeah, they must have studied the mathematics in A level, right?
Yeah, if they have a choice, better to have a maths.
But if it is not in their choices, like in Tanzania, medical students, they usually study PCB, and physics, chemistry, biology.
Yes, yes.
They take the math, but the basic math.
That's enough. Yes. For the question number 20, is you can also put the physics.
Physics, right?
Yes.
Biology, chemistry, and physics.
Yes.
Is the tuition 3,700 tuition fee for medical year?
Yes, it's yearly? For 1 year. This is last year's prices, but this year I don't know. Maybe they can be updated. This is about the previous year price. Grades of a dentistry. After you grade dentistry, even during the study year 3, year 4, you have to go for the practicing to the clinics, to the hospitals, to do some practice, to help to be assistant for dentistry. Dentistry is about how to have a skills with working with hands, because you have to be very careful, and your hands should be very strong. It's always practice. So year 4, year 3, you will start practicing going to the hospitals. So it will help you a lot. After you
part-time
finish
jobs.
Part-time jobs, it's for medical people, it's possible if you have a time, because studying medicine is very, very hard to study, challenging. But I don't think that legally you have a permission to work. I don't think so. No,
This the scholarship provision criteria. They have mentioned that there is no scholarship for medical students. Private universities, they do provide scholarship for foreigners, unless otherwise they are going to have very good GPA and grades actually.
Yes.
Why the Nigerians? I don't know about the Nigeria because it's located in
Nigeria
the West
people,
Africa.
they think.
Do they have the embassy over there?
No. They have to go to
Kazakh
Ethiopia.
embassy.
I don't think
Ethiopia
so.
also.
Yeah, but I have a friends. They are living in Nigeria. We can check after with Incognita. Maybe they can explain.
Okay.
Isn't
So
it?
the Kenya, I have mentioned Kenya, Uganda is in Ethiopia. Tanzania should go to South Africa to just stick the visa on their passport. So this issue may take maybe 1 day issue.
Yeah, if it's
Students
ready,
from
just
Tanzania.
take it. From Tanzania,
Yeah,
they don't have yet their final exams, so we are still eligible. When they have a final exams?
We don't know.
Actually, it's maybe by end of August. By August, let's say, by end of the July, if they have, it's okay. What we do normally, if they are not finished yet, we have their previous grades, like last year grades. After we translate them into Kazakh or language, we just show to the university. So they will be predicted, okay, this guy is studying very well. Just when you have a final certificate, just provide it. That's enough. But we have to know when they will get the final. If it's not in August, so it is gonna be problem.
Actually, there is no any official explanation for the timing, Mr. Yardan, in Tanzania. I don't know the Kenya, since I am living in Tanzania. But as soon as there will be an official announcement about the national exams, we'll know. But for the timing, no one knows when they will make an announcement for that, and no one knows if the national exams
there
will be
is a
conducted
choice
or
like this. If they have an exam, they have a certificate in the January or February, so maybe they can come earlier in the March, on the April or May. They stay here during the summer, prepare themselves, learn some language. After this September, they just start. Maybe they can have a visa for the a foundation, maybe some courses study. It's just my opinion. If they, because I heard that some African countries, they finish their year in January. They get a certificate final in January. If they get in January, though, they don't have to wait another 1 year to up to September. I think they should come maybe for 2 or 3 months before the September. Stay here during the summer. It's hot time. Learn some language, get prepared themselves, get adopted for local culture life after they can go over there. That's my opinion, just.
And our last question: which companies are similar to NOVA to help students study abroad in America, Canada? Please allow them if you can help me by name. What do you mean? I didn't get this question
so maybe
properly.
It's not common to come to Kazakhstan to study like UK, like United States. There are a lot of companies sending them to other countries from Kazakhstan. I don't know, maybe the question is like similar companies like Nova to help Kazakh students to send abroad, or to African students to provide them service in Kazakhstan. If you are asking the question like from Africa to Kazakhstan, I don't know any company, honestly. There are some private people, like I know some guys working in the university, and they are trying to help organize themselves, not like a company, just like a personally. It's a personal services, some guys, they do it. It's not a company.
It's about the last question about the medicine. What is the rank of the medicine university? I think this is about the 𝗪𝗏𝗏 or in the
world. Okay. That is a very good question. I would like to explain some about rankings, because a lot of our students also, they like to asking about the rankings. So first of all, you have to make it clear for yourself. Are you looking for ranking? Are you looking for some getting skills? Are you looking for getting some knowledge? Because ranking is a label, like it's just like a for the promotion. 𝗪𝗏𝗏 ranked on the QS like in 200 something, but it's not about medicine, maybe some other fields. Ranking is also like this. When you send a questionnaire to the thousands of people and people just reply, yes, 𝗪𝗏𝗏 good university, and then it becomes a ranked. I want to say that if you are looking for the ranking, you have to see which field, which school it's ranked. But again, if you are going to study and do some future plan for the science, to some research, if you need some labs, you go for government universities. But if you are looking for skills, you want to be skilled and get the job and right inside the company, that you have to go for the private universities. Most of the private universities, they are not ranked in the world because they are focused. They can change the system, they change the subjects quickly. Let's say if the Amazon or Google are looking for the people who are very good on programming Java, they're gonna teach Java. Okay, now the Java is not common, they are going to use the Python, so they go for Python. But the public universities, it's very hard to change the system because the improvement from the government, there are a lot of system, the history, but they are good on doing research. They have a very good research facilities. They have very good professors. They have very good labs. Maybe you are going to do some chemistry research, biology research, some engineering skills. You go for the public universities. But in the private university, maybe you cannot find some big labs, but you have only computer. That's why most of the private universities, they teach computer science and economics. It's a teaching university, not a research university. So you have to see your background. If you during the school time, you are not studied well, you just want to improve your skills, you are not participating in any Olympiads, you go for the private university. Because that ranking will not help you. Because if you go those universities, there is academic requirement is a lot. People gonna push you to very hard study time and a lot of requirements, deadlines, a lot of hard working time to study. If you are not prepared, if you are not used, just skip it. You go for the private universities. That's all. Only QS ranking, 𝗪𝗏𝗏 University is located in the from all Kazakhstan. Other universities just locally very known. Let's say Coca-Cola company, some private companies like Deloitte, Pricewaterhouse. They know that the 𝗂𝗵𝗶𝗆 guys are good. That's enough. I have a friend, he's now working in the Google. He graduated from Astana University, and asked, wow, Google are accepted from guys from Astana University, Nazarbayev University. He told me that it's not about ranking, it's not about acceptance, because I am very good at programming. we are participating online programming coding competition, and Google always analyzing this competition and they just take it. Nowadays, everything is going to change. Your personal skills much more important than your university. That's what I want to tell. Can you repeat the application deadline with respect Corona? My opinion is better to finish everything by June, July maybe, that's all.
By the end of June, you mean?
Yes.
This question comes to me, I think. Currently, we have communication with the TCU, Tanzanian Commission for Universities. You know, there's a letter of non-objection for the students, but they ask the acceptance letter from the university. With that acceptance, they would like to write that letter. So you get the admission from the university first, and then with that admission, you apply to the TCU, and then they are going to issue the non-objection letter. Otherwise, we ask them, do they have any list or anything that shows that which universities are accredited or recognized by the Tanzanian TCU? So they haven't mentioned any list. They said there is no such a list. But I know one thing I can tell our students. There is a World Higher Education database that's internationally accredited universities are listed in that web page. So you can check from there, and from some unofficial contacts, I know that TCU also is taking the universities into consideration from that website. That's currently how the situation is. Mr. Yardan, thank you very much for your participation.
Thank you very much for this chance. Have a safe life. Stay healthy.
Thank you very much.
So if you are willing to study in Kazakhstan, please welcome. Just communicate with us. We are here to help you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay. Thank you very much for participation of all the participants. If there will be further questions, don't hesitate to contact your Cognita agent in your country. Thank you very much for your patience as well. Have a nice day.